Hello and welcome back to the Aesthetic Plan. I'm Sonia and today we are diving into planning for October. This month's theme is none other than Halloween. I chose the Halloween theme for October because I wanted to explore something different. And since I have never tried it in my journal before, I thought why not make this month a little spooky. Now let's talk about the cover page. I am using my Tombow black brush pen to create a slime dripping design, and I'm using my Dome's brush pen for coloring. To really give it that eerie vibe, I am layering over the slime with my purple Sakura jelly roll. The combination of black and purple adds depth, making it look like the slime is about to drip off the page. It's subtle but gives off that creepy, magical feel, perfect for Halloween. Now moving on to the title, I wrote October in a melting spooky font. We'll call it the spooky font since I don't know the actual name of the font. Between the slime and the title, I created some spider webs with few creepy little spiders crawling down. Before we get into more illustrations, I wanted to give you a quick flip through of my September setup, so be sure to check that out and I'll leave the link in the description below. Now moving on with our October journal setup. On the left side of the page, I have added a boiling pot to give off that witchy vibe. I included more spider webs with the spiders crawling down on the floor, a flying bat above the pot, and a creepy skull beside some potion bottles to add to that spooky atmosphere. For the calendar, I kept it simple and combined it with the cover page. To finish off the spooky cover, I added burning candles below the calendar and of course creepy pumpkin, because let's be real, what's Halloween without pumpkins? And there you have it, our Halloween themed cover page with a built-in calendar. Now let's move on to the trackers. I'm starting with another slime design, not too different from the cover page, but this time I am using green color to give that gross slimy drippy look. Now in this spread, the left side of the page is dedicated to all my trackers for this month, and the other side is dedicated for my brain dump spread. After finishing the slime design, I wrote habit vertically in the spooky font. This month I'm focusing on just 3 habits and I've kept the grid simple without adding dates. I'll be using dots to track my habit throughout the month, and later on I'll give you a sneak peek of how I use my tracker. For the mood and sleep tracker, the layout is super simple and takes up very little space, perfect for tracking multiple things at once. I listed the date vertically and horizontally added the hours of sleep. I am using a graph method here. For tracking sleep, I am using a dotted line method. For the mood tracker, I am using bar graph. The higher the bar goes, the better my mood that day. I hope the explanation makes sense. I also added a little ghost at the bottom to keep things spooky. Finally, for the brain dump page, I kept the illustration light so I have plenty of room to write. I used the spooky font for the title and added some spider webs with a few spiders crawling down. Simple but effective. Now, if you have made it this far into the video, don't forget to smash that like button. It really motivates me to plan fun and spooky themes like this for you. And if you have any ideas for next month's theme, drop them in the comments below. I hope you're enjoying this setup. I love how the layouts are turning out. Honestly, when I first sketched it, I wasn't sure if it would match my vision, but I am so happy it turned out even better than expected. If you have made it this far, be sure to subscribe and share this video with your fellow journal lovers. Moving on to the weekly spread, once again I started with this slime dripping design, but this time I chose orange for the slime and added spider webs on both sides with spiders crawling throughout the setup. I kept the title simple by writing October in spooky font, and below that I added a mini calendar to mark my important dates. And underneath the calendar I added another creepy pumpkin illustration to keep up with that eerie vibe. On the right side, I also created more potion bottles, a skull, and even a tombstone to give off that graveyard vibe. I also added a spook cat peeking from behind the tombstone just to give it that extra haunted touch. I'm using the tombstone space for my weekly task, and I even added sand at the bottom to complete that graveyard scene. Making the sand part was a bit tricky because my brush pen wasn't cooperating and I couldn't use watercolor since this is a 120 GSM dot grid page, but somehow I managed to pull off that sandy look. I hope you like this fun and spooky Halloween theme setup. Now let's do a final flip through of the setup and let me know in the comments what you think of this theme. Until next time, stay inspired and journal away all your worries. Bye bye.